As inevitable as a sunset, as predictable as a bare-bones paradox game, is the simple fact that whomsoever virtue signals the loudest has the most skeletons in their closet. A truism that Creative Assembly have decided to add to by giving us a look at the avalanche of bones pouring forth from their wardrobe. As they join a long and proud line of video game companies that have taken a rather permissive attitude towards bullying, abuse, and sexual assault at their company. The video game industry is far spicier than I would ever have imagined, but here we are, as Creative Assembly has put out this statement. We have been made aware of deeply concerning and serious allegations regarding a former CA employee. Keep that one in the back of your mind, it'll be relevant in a second. We recognize how important and often difficult it is for individuals to speak up about these experiences, and we welcome those who feel able to do so. They've even added in a little email in their tweet for a whistleblower account in case somebody wants to make a report, because, making reports are important. That's how management figures out, and in a progressive company like Creative Assembly, that'll fix things up lickety-split, right? Well, if the allegations are to be believed, that email leads directly into a shredder, as what kicked this off actually happened quite a few days ago, and apparently Creative Assembly have found enough credibility in the allegations to decide that it warrants an address. Colour me surprised. So, what started this was this thing here. Seeing a bunch of back-channel stuff about abuse and sexual assault. I wasn't kidding. From current and former Creative Assembly team members. Current and former. Oh, well. Now, Creative Assembly have only admitted to the former part, mind you, but, well, I could tell you about the idea of innocent until proven guilty and all of that, but we all know Creative Assembly don't play by those rules, so I see no reason to give them the benefit of the doubt here either. As Sami here then responds to this. Sami is a woman who has apparently been working at Creative Assembly. My heart and love go out to anyone that's been affected by him, and the culture that allowed him to thrive. So she names the alleged abuser here. Baj was reported a lot. He used to joke about it publicly in the office. It is not just him that needs to take responsibility here. Rightio, then, well, there we go. There was a permissive culture at Creative Assembly that allowed anything and everything up to and including. And let's see here. For clarity, the stories I've collected have been since I've left. Baj assaulted me at a party. It was reported a few months later I was moved onto his team. Working directly under him, there was blatant bullying, and I could only tolerate it for 6 months before leaving. So, allegedly, this person working for Creative Assembly as an art director, I believe, assaulted this person at a party. They reported it, and nothing happened. Creative Assembly, this doesn't seem very progressive to me. Seems downright regressive, actually. What's going on here? And of course, in any such situation, an allegation has been made, and therefore the Twitter of the person being alleged of having done the deed is already suspended. Okay. Well, that was quick. Now, to be fair, at Baj Singh, it's a relatively common name, shall we say, but I found this Twitter account by going back to some Creative Assembly advertisement from years and years ago, so I'm reasonably certain this is the right one, but pinch of salt all that. I am not 100% certain. There was just a little bit of digging there. So, Creative Assembly. what do you have to say for yourself? Because it's all well and good that you're taking responsibility now for your culture of sexual abuse, etc. But how could this happen? Now, the tweet here has also been partially locked, so only people that Creative Assembly has mentioned can reply to it, because presumably they realize that, well, this looks awfully bad. Considering the public image we have so desperately tried to create for ourselves, this doesn't really fit into the marketing strategy, really. In other words, like, this is... Well, in my opinion, okay, here's the thing. Let me be honest here. Let me lay it out as I did with the Blizzard thing. Is there some credibility to allegations like these? Well, we have a couple allegations now, and it mentions a specific person, which is already more than we had with Activision Blizzard, where it was just foggy things, abuse at some kind of company party, people stealing breast milk because there was no lock on the fridge. Another ridiculousness. Like, that sounded fairly far-fetched. Right now, well, at least we have a firm allegation being made, and Creative Assembly have elected to respond to this, because the interesting thing is, this wasn't really gaining all that much traction. It wasn't being picked up anyway, it wasn't being ran as a news anywhere. I guarantee you it's going to be run as a news now, though. I bet you'd see this slapped across damn near every single mainstream gaming media outlet in the next couple of days. Which, again, it's a weird move, isn't it? See, if Creative Assembly was of the opinion that this had no merit whatsoever, then maybe they would at least try what Blizzard did initially, which was deny. Then they fired the woman who denied it, and then admitted to it. Which is why they were sued into the ground. But hey, details. Creative Assembly have elected to adopt the same approach, but they're skipping the actual denial part, which it does seem a pinch sus, doesn't it? Again, innocent until proven guilty, but we all know again, once more, that Creative Assembly does not apply that standard to anybody else. So I don't see why we should apply it to Creative Assembly, really. We know Creative Assembly is a pretty scummy damn company from how they've treated their, well, see, there was an era of Creative Assembly, years ago now, where they're actually relatively open with the community. This was before my time, but they would actually contact people and talk to them. They would even hire people from the community. Darren Total War was a famous example of this. Now, he was not really given the kind of institutional clout that he wanted, so he eventually left, etc. But ever since, they have grown quite insulated, and these days they only give out reviews, keys, and attention to those whose opinion they can reliably trust, or those who are large enough to the point where it really doesn't actually matter, frankly. Like, if you've got a channel of a certain size, even if they slag it off, that's probably still purchasers. And, well, if you're addressing mostly people who don't have a long history with Creative Assembly products, the worst you're gonna get is minor complaints about the current Total War game, rather than somebody who might look at the entire history of the damn product and lay out exactly how Creative Assembly have gutted it over the preceding few decades or so. Would it surprise me if Creative Assembly turned out to be a horrible place to work? Again, this is the thing. Again and again, you see the most vociferous SJWs, the most woke of individuals, are the ones who used to be the people who'd hit people over the head with the purity standards of the Christian time, the religious right period that was just a couple decades ago. These people tend to be petty tyrants, so it would not surprise me in the slightest if somebody in a position of authority at a company like Creative Assembly, who thought themselves to be a very, very good person, might not actually have been quite so good of a lad. But hey. we'll have to wait and see, I suppose. Not that we can see the opposing side of the story, because, again, Twitter has taken rapid and decisive action. God, I hope this will change once Elon gets into power in Twitter, but suppose we'll have to wait and see there too. What do you guys think, though? Yeah, what do you think here? Creative Assembly. Yeah, I would personally view them as a piece of shit company, just from how they treated me myself. Because when they didn't really know where I was leaning, or when they thought that I might simply give them PR videos, they were very what's the term? Very interested, very open-minded, very chatty, in fact. But the moment I made it clear that I wasn't just going to say whatever they told me to, that clammed up awfully quick. So, you know, I am most assuredly a biased person in this regard. Do let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and I'll see you all again soon if this story gets any updates. Until then, I've been Arch. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good day.